Hey guys, it's Christy, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. I was actually doing some research for a collab video I have coming up, and I found something that really struck a chord with me. Not like a bad chord or anything. I was just kind of like, oh, this is great. So I've got, this video is about misconceptions of Tennessee or people from Tennessee. And I don't actually have any Tennessee shirts other than my 5K shirts, so that's what I'm sporting today, is one of my 5K shirts. So first, what I'm going to do is I will reference the website I use down below, but I'm going to read what they say is something you need to know about Tennessee and tell you if it's true or if it's a misconception, because I don't really feel like these websites that say, hey, this is Tennessee, is truly accurate. So some of it is, some of it's not, but I'm gonna go ahead, grab my phone and read them to you and then talk to you about each point. Hopefully it doesn't make this video too long, but I thought this would be fun and it gives you guys an opportunity who are not from Tennessee to learn about Tennessee. So let's get started. The name of this site is move2.com. So I guess like you can like move to Washington, move to wherever. So you could do it with your own state, but I'm doing move to Tennessee. So 1, everyone knows Memphis style barbecue is the best ever. And then they have a little synopsis that says Tennessee has some of the best barbecue in the world. Memphis style barbecue is slow cooked and comes either wet or dry. Whether you choose ribs or pulled pork sandwiches, or you try some of the famous barbecue pizza or barbecue nachos, you're sure to fall in love with Memphis style. I'm from Tennessee, born and raised, East Tennessee, moved to Middle Tennessee. I've never once been to Memphis. I've never had Memphis barbecue. I have purchased Memphis barbecue sauce before, and it to me tastes very much like other barbecue sauces, like Texas barbecue sauce, which I've purchased in the store. Now, that's not homemade, obviously. That is like Texas barbecue and Memphis barbecue, but I feel like they taste very similar. Memphis might be slightly sweeter, like maybe they put more sugar in it. Yes, barbecue sauce can come in a dry rub or it can be wet. And yes, we have barbecue pizza and it is actually really good. And then barbecue nachos I've actually never had. Number 2, everyone has Rocky Top memorized. Not true. I'm from the Nashville area, and people that move here, which I call transients, which I know sounds like a very bad word, like a transient, but they're transients. They're moving here to become famous, and then they move away once they've either made it or not. So I call them transients. I wouldn't say that like, hey, you're a transient, but that's just what I call them. And that's not kind of globally, like not globally. That's not statewide. That's just me. So you may not think it's possible to actually want to sing Rocky Top, but it will happen if you become a UT fan. True, because you can't help it. University of Tennessee fans might be the only people in the world that love this song, but boy, do they. If you move to Tennessee, you can't escape it. You can escape it. University of Tennessee is located in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is East Tennessee. The majority of any kind of Rocky Topness going on is in East Tennessee. The only time you see it anywhere else is if they are playing another team that is located in Tennessee. And sometimes they'll play in Nashville for a team that is kind of far away and they need a neutral ground, so they'll play in Nashville or something. Number 3, don't forget to scream for the Titans. You may find yourself saying things like tighten up, or using the hashtag tighten up, or painting your face blue, or screaming Titan true. It's okay, go for it, be a real Tennessean. That's not true either. If you go to a Titans game, yes, you see those people, but how many of them do you see? Not that many. Like, the ones that they put on the TV are pretty much the ones that they're there. There's not a whole lot of them. Most of them are sitting very close to the field because they got really good seats, and then they paint themselves. It happens, but it's not everybody. In fact, I don't know that I've said tighten up unless we were doing something to promote the Titans or something. RC Cola and moon pies, true love forever. You might as well know before you get there, RC, Royal Crown Cola, and moon pies go together in Tennessee like peanut butter and jelly. It's not officially known how the combo became so popular together, but they are a hot couple. Songs have been written about the famous combo, and the RC Moon Pie Festival in Bell Buckle celebrates the scrumptious pairing. This is true. RC Cola, which hardly exists anymore, still exists, and moon pies go well. And what they're talking about, the Moon Pie Festival in Bell Buckle, it happens every July, and they have a 10-mile and a 5-mile run, which is actually something my son and I are doing this year. And yes, they do go all out for the Moon Pie Festival, and it's called the RC Cola and Moon Pie Festival. It's in Bell Buckle, Tennessee, which is like in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee, and is something that we go to every year because it's south of Nashville and it's not that far. And yeah, it is like when Tennessee does festivals, they do them right. That is true. All right, no misconception there. Number 5, the birthplace of country music isn't Nashville. You should know before you get to Tennessee that although Nashville is known as the capital of country music, it's actually not the birthplace. Country music was born in the city of Bristol, Tennessee. Visit the Birthplace of Country Music Museum or go to one of their awesome music festivals like Rhythm and Roots. That is true, it's not the birthplace, but if you want to get anywhere in country music, you go to Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee is home of many country stars, and including not just country stars, but others. I have actually seen, what's his name? Country singer married to Faith Hill, can't think of his name right now. I've seen him driving down the road. I've watched Brad Paisley, not like I was a creeper, I was boxing up some stuff in the place I was at, and the back door was open and it was facing right towards where the CMAs were held, and he was walking right down the alleyway by himself, not escorted, talking on the phone. I've ran into Tim McGraw was the one I saw driving. He has a big red truck, or he did when he was driving it. What's that other guy's name? Married to Nicole Kidman, Keith Urban. Ran into him in Target. I can't think of anyone else I've ran into right now, but I mean, you could just see them pumping gas at a gas station and not know it. In fact, I don't really know a whole lot of music stars. I'm pretty sure I've probably seen one or two of them pumping gas at a gas station, didn't even realize it. Number 6. There's no better place to catch fall colors. People drive from states away to see the gorgeous colors of the Smokies. It's a spectacular sight of burnt orange, bright red, golden yellow, and various greens. When the fog hangs low, it's like the mountain is wearing a white feather boa, as if to say, I'm fabulous, and it's so true. This is so true. I am from East Tennessee. I used to see the fall colors all the time. And then when I moved away, I was like, where did these colors go? I mean, you still see them here, but it's nothing compared to the Smoky Mountains. And that's one of the things my husband loves to do, is go to the Smoky Mountains in the fall just to see the fall colors. Fall is my favorite season. Those colors are my favorite colors. The smell of the Smoky Mountains in the fall is to die for. It is a place to go. It is beautiful, breathtaking. I can't really describe it any other way. It's beautiful and breathtaking. Number 7, move over Niagara Falls. It's all about Ruby Falls in Tennessee. Waterfalls are a dime a dozen, but Tennessee is home to Ruby Falls, a 145-foot underground waterfall within Lookout Mountain. The falls are natural and fed both by rainfall and natural springs. It's a must-see when you're anywhere near Chattanooga. True. There are a dime a dozen. There are falls everywhere. I can count, let's see, Ruby Falls. I can probably count at least 4 falls within an hour to an hour and a half driving distance from where I'm at now. Maybe 2 hours. They're everywhere. Waterfalls, I think all of them, I think one might be man-made, but all the rest of them are natural and they're beautiful. I've gone rappelling down the side of a cavern where the waterfall goes in. Fall Creek Falls is another place that's pretty close. That fall's really pretty. The underground one is the best because you can like walk up to it and see it falling. And that's Ruby Falls near Chattanooga. And Chattanooga itself is a very nice place to visit. If you haven't seen it, I have a Chattanooga trip video where I went to the aquarium. I'll try and link it up here. May not get it there, but I will put it in the description below so you can go check it out if you want. Number 8, and the awesome underground lake. Haha. Get in the glass bottom boat and tour the Lost Sea in Sweetwater. There's just one thing to know. It's not actually a sea, but actually an underground lake. It's the United States' largest and the world's second largest subglacier underground lake, and is truly an adventure. That is true. I remember going there as a kid and loving it. We took our Girl Scouts a couple of weekends ago and I did some filming there. It is truly spectacular. If you want to see that video, link here, hopefully. If not, description below. I will say something about that video is like, it's very educational. It tells you all about the caverns, the historical pieces of it. It tells you about the lake. It's just, I felt educated while I was there, which I don't remember that as a kid. I'm sure they did, and I just ignored them and I looked at everything. But it is spectacular. So go check that video out, or just go to the Lost Sea yourself. Number 9, Tennesseans' love for burgers is crystal clear. At last count, there are over 100 crystals in the state of Tennessee. Why does Tennessee love crystals so much? Well, besides the obvious, their most popular menu item, the Crystal, a delicious little hamburger slider with a steamed bun, diced onions, pickle, and mustard. The fast food chain was born in Chattanooga in 1932 and headquartered there until 2013. The juicy, steamy little sliders are the perfect meal, especially after a night of Jack or moonshine. Not necessarily true, but sorta true. Yes, they were founded in Chattanooga. Yes, their headquarters were located here for a while. Well, I'm not in Chattanooga, but yes, they are great for hangover food. Absolutely fantastic for hangover food. But they're like no, not Jack in the Box. They're like White Castle, which we have those too. They're like itty bitty burgers, and the patties are super thin. I mean, it's a cheap burger. But at the same time, you can probably get more of your money at like McDonald's or something. It's good hangover food. Do we love them? Somebody might. Do I love them? Not really. It's cheap hangover food, or cheap drunk food. We have a lot because they're founded here. That's all. Number 10, you can pick your own everything. Tennessee has a lot of farmland and a lot of fresh local food. There are plenty of opportunities to stop along the way and pick up your own fruits and vegetables. Don't miss out because it's the freshest and best deal around. This is true. Not like in the heart of Nashville by any means. Can you really do that? But outskirts and all around like the Bell Buckle area that I mentioned, right down the road from my house actually, there's a market, and there's local farmers set stands right outside the market and sell their honey, their eggs. I have a guy that I work with that raises chickens. He brings in eggs for me every now and then. He makes his own honey. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of farmland. You can get fresh produce pretty much anywhere, and it's cheaper than getting it from the grocery store. Do I get it a lot? Not usually, because sometimes you have to hunt for them. They're not just always everywhere. It's not like you're rolling down the road and there's one after the other. It's not like that. But you can, they do have like a farmer's market that they do in the spring and summer in our town, like downtown. And you can get all the fresh produce there. And I might go to those occasionally. But yeah, that's pretty true. Best fresh produce you'll get is homegrown from somebody's farm, and you purchase it. Number 11, hang gliding over Lookout Mountain is a must. If you want to soar over Tennessee, head to Lookout Mountain for America's largest hang gliding resort and school, Lookout Mountain Flight Park and Resort. You don't need any experience, and a tandem flight to 2,000 feet will only run you $129. It's the most thrilling way to see the stunning beauty of Tennessee. I have not been hang gliding. I have been skydiving in Tennessee. I know what resort they're talking about, and I have heard tons of amazing things about how beautiful it is, and people come from all over the place to do it. It hasn't been on my bucket list. Skydiving was, so I did skydiving, which cost around the same. So I think I may put the hang gliding on my bucket list. It's probably less dangerous than skydiving was, but it is a beautiful thing to see skydiving, all the beautiful places, and I'm sure the hang gliding is just as beautiful, if not more, since you're by the mountains. Number 12, the Smokies are truly majestic. You will be awed by the majestic beauty of the Great Smoky Mountains. They stretch from the Pigeon River to the Little Tennessee River and are part of Blount, Sevier, Cook counties in Tennessee. It's the perfect place to hike, camp, go whitewater rafting, or simply take in the breathtaking views. Extremely, extremely true. Not a misconception whatsoever. The Smoky Mountains are stunning, absolutely stunning. Anytime they get the little clouds around them, smoky, it's just breathtaking. They have a sky needle that you can go up and view everything. There's a place where you can stand and be in 2 states at once, North Carolina and Tennessee. They are border of those 3 counties. Whitewater rafting, true. I've been whitewater rafting a couple of times. You can also do that near Chattanooga, and it doesn't just have to be in the Smoky Mountains. All right, number 13, order whiskey with one word, Jack. Yes, you can if you just want Jack. If you want like whiskey with Coke, then you say Jack and Coke or Jack and Diet. Mine is Jack and Diet. So it's 3 words, and they know what I'm saying. I don't have to say Jack Daniel's whiskey. You just say Jack. Jack Daniel's is a local distillery to here. It's not very far away. It's like maybe an hour drive. So everyone knows Jack Daniel's. Where else can you order the perfect drink with just one word? Just say Jack. It's the cure to what ails you in the Tennessee and flows like the river. Yes. 14. But moonshine is still for sale. If you get tired of whiskey and are longing for some good moonshine, you're still covered. Old Smoky Tennessee moonshine is a local favorite. Go with the original or get a little adventurous and try blackberry, peach, sweet tea, or apple pie shine. And it's totally acceptable to drink it straight from the mason jar. Very, very true. You can actually do moonshine tastings in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. and you just walk down the strip. There's like multiple different tasting rooms. You just, I think it's 10, maybe 15, it might have gone up, dollars to do tasting, and you will leave there drunk. So walk, don't drive. You can't really drive anyway, you have to walk mostly. We probably have 5 or 6 bottles of moonshine, and they're all different flavors. We have the apple pie one. We have, I have like a chocolatey one. Yeah, moonshine's a thing, and it'll get you quick, real quick. This is a family channel, by the way. 15, and there's plenty of wine too. The fertile soil in Tennessee is perfect for growing the perfect grapes for the perfect wine. There are a wide variety of vineyards all over the state for tasting and touring. Beach Haven Vineyards in Clarksville, Century Farm Winery in Jackson, Mont Eagle Winery in Mont Eagle, Blue Slip Winery in Knoxville. You get the idea. There's a lot of wine flowing in Tennessee. This is very true too. So something about, I've got 2 things about wineries. Okay. One, Arrington Vineyards, which is the closest one to where I live, is amazing. And either here or here, I'll put a link to that video because I just posted that like a couple of weeks ago. Second, if you're ever in Mont Eagle, Tennessee, you need to visit High Point. High Point is a restaurant. Okay, so High Point is a restaurant. I'm gonna read to you about the restaurant, and I'll put their link down below. So High Point, the 1929 mansion with original hardwood flooring and authentic light fixtures, presumably financed by Al Capone, was put on the National Registry of Historic Places in December of 1997. The 3-story compound once had escape hatches on the roof and underground tunnels in the basement used by Capone for the transferring of liquor in the 20s and early 30s. Local legend tells of Capone and John Dillinger lounging outside on the mountain stone patio, having drinks and playing numerous hands of cards. The place is as overwhelming a restaurant as Al Capone was in the mob, but it's the atmosphere, the delectable creations, and the talented chefs, charismatic and courteous service, and that create the incredible getaway on the mountain. This is an amazing place. The food is to die for, and you can get up and walk around the mansion and just discover things. It is a phenomenal place to go. Back to the list. Number 16, get your booty to Bonnaroo. We've been living under a rock. You've been living under a rock if you haven't heard of Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. It's an awesome time on a 700-acre farm for 4 entire days. This year had the usual stellar lineup of musical acts from Elton John, Kanye West, to Skrillex. I've never heard of them. The Flaming Lips and Jack White. I've heard of all the others, but that one. Yeah, so I actually have never been to Bonnaroo. It's not really my scene. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to get out on the weekend that they've got, like the weekend that Bonnaroo's coming. It starts Thursday and Sunday. You do not want to get out on the road on Thursday, and you do not want to get out on the road on Sunday. First of all, if you get out on the road on Sunday, most of those people that are leaving Bonnaroo have had way too much stuff getting into their system. You don't want to be out on the road at the same time. They also, like, they have showers there, but you have to pay for them. All by word of mouth here. I've never been. So some people don't shower for 4 days, and they'll come back into town and just bring that smell with them. But yeah, Bonnaroo is known worldwide. People come from other countries to go to that festival. And it's usually around the same weekend as the Country Music Festival, which is in Nashville. And Bonnaroo is like in between, it's near Mont Eagle. 18, beware of the bears. Tennessee is home to over 9,000 caves. And in case you didn't know, bears sleep during the day in caves. Don't try to pet them. They're pretty unpredictable, and they're not always in caves. It's estimated that nearly 1,500 bears live in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Have fun hiking. True. I was rock climbing with a friend years ago, and we came across a bear. It was a small bear, but it was a bear. I've seen bears rummaging through trash cans in Gatlinburg. I've seen them walking along the side of the road. I've seen them in trees. You name it, there are bears. 19, Elvis has not left the building. If you are an Elvis fan, or even if you're not, Graceland is a must on your list of places to see in Tennessee. It's home to Elvis's mansion, gold records, Grammys, costumes, the Elvis Presley Automobile Museum, Rockabilly Diner, Graceland Crossing, and the Heartbreak Hotel. And you can still explore how Elvis completely changed the face of rock and roll and popular music culture. This is true, but I've never been. Graceland is in Memphis, and I've actually never been to Memphis. I have, however, been to Johnny Cash's museum, which is in Nashville, because he didn't grow up, but he lived in Hendersonville. 20, and Dollywood is more fun than you think. You may or may not like Dolly Parton, but it doesn't matter. Dollywood is way more cool than you think. It's a world-class theme park with a mind-blowing water park, theaters, constant shows, and entertainment. Great dining, and don't forget the Mystery Mine. Very true. All true. I grew up with season passes to Dollywood. Like, for me, Dollywood is Disney. I mean, it's not Disney, obviously. I love Disney. But for all the people that grew up in California or in Florida, and they had season passes, went to the parks all the time, that was me with Dollywood. And it is an amazing park. There's a history to it. It's a very beautiful place. It's very historic. They still have the train ride from the original when it was like, what was it? Not Silver Dollar City. Maybe it was. I don't know. I'll find a link to Dollywood and link it down below so you can check it out. But yeah, it is definitely a beautiful park. It's a very heartwarming park. The staff's all very nice, and they're not fake nice. They're genuinely nice people. Number 21, head to Bill Street to get the blues. Bill Street is in downtown Memphis, is jam-packed with delicious restaurants and incredible blues history and music. The famous street has been hosting blues musicians since 1899 and is the heart of Memphis's music scene. It's not only the blues. You can see live jazz, rock and roll, R&B, gospel, Delta blues, and alternative acts. Every year, the Bill Street Music Festival brings major acts to the area and is the kickoff of a month-long of festivals called Memphis in May. Okay, I've never been to Memphis again, but this is true. The Memphis in May Festival, it is the whole month of May. Bill Street, from people I've heard that it is like the music spot and the best restaurants around. Heard it's not safe also. Number 22, the Bristol Motor Speedway will fulfill the need for speed. Head to the Speedway if you love life in the fast lane. So this is kind of true, but kind of not. Honestly, the people that live in Tennessee are not as nice as the people that come here from out of state or move here and are implanted here and this is their home now. Most Tennesseans that I've encountered, and I'm a Tennessean, when they say bless your heart, they don't mean bless your heart. They're jabbing you. They're saying, it's kind of a derogatory tone. A derogatory, it's not nice. Saying bless your heart is not nice. It's not saying, oh, it's not nice at all. Greeting you, I get more greetings out of state than I do here. And most of the time here, when somebody's greeting me, they are trying to sell me something. I'm not saying that Tennessee's a horrible place to live. I actually think it's a really good place to live. It's just the nice people are from other places that have moved here. And being near Nashville, it's more than 50% of people that have moved here. It's a lot of people that have moved here. So niceness, yes. Are they Tennesseans? They may be now, but they weren't to begin with. Your true Tennesseans are the ones that say bless your heart. Let's see, I think that's it. Says, what do you love about living in Tennessee? I love the fact that I can get to several different states with just a couple of hours. That's it. Like a couple of hours and I can be in several different states. I mean, not all at once, but in whatever direction I go, I can be in several different states. I find it interesting that our state is split down the middle for time zone. I'm in Central Time, and in East Tennessee is in the Eastern Time Zone. So I find that interesting. I like that I'm really close to the mountains. I'm about 3.5 hours away from the mountains now, or I could go to Chattanooga and be only 2 hours away. I don't know. I mean, Tennessee is a good place to live. For the most part, people are nice. And I will say that I've been to New York a couple of times and they really aren't nice at all. So if you want to compare, then yes, people are so much nicer here than they are in New York. And in California, well, like in the touristy areas. But yeah, I mean, that's it, okay? That's all I've got. Those are some of the misconceptions and some of the truths about Tennessee and living in Tennessee. And I just kind of thought this would be fun to share. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. If you like things like this, let me know and I can create some more. Let me know what you want to know about Tennessee. Or let me know if you don't like this video. All right, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week or day or month or, you know, whatever, year. All right, thanks so much for watching. Bye.